Hello and welcome back to the channel. It has been about a month and a half since I've made a video. Sorry about that. It's been quite the month and a half. Everybody's okay, everybody's healthy. Thank you for your concern if there was concern. This week alone though, this week alone makes me want to go hide in the closet, so maybe that's what we should do. Alright, we are now in one of the closets here in my office, just sort of hiding away. I know that was a little bit of a weird intro, but it does put me in the exact right room to talk about the item I'm here to talk to you about today, because that is something I tend to do in all of these videos, is I focus on one product and just tell you a little bit about it, my experience with it. Today that is this refrigerator sitting beside me, the Nuaire 24-inch 224 can beverage fridge. It's built in or it's freestanding, and as you can see beside me, it is currently freestanding. I didn't build it into anything. Before I dive in today, let me just go ahead and make this very clear. Nuaire did not pay me to make this video. However, they did provide this refrigerator for free for me to keep. It's a $900 refrigerator they provided. The price can be found for cheaper. I think they have coupons on their site and they have it cheaper on Amazon, but this is a $900 fridge I did receive in exchange for making a video and a review about it. I don't let that temper or change my opinions in any way. I'm going to be fair and honest with you as much as I can. So let's get started. I've been using this for the last couple of weeks. Let me take you really quickly through the unboxing process from a few weeks ago. Here you can see the box that it was delivered in. It was kind of heavy. It's like 100 pounds and I had to cart it down the stairs by myself using a dolly. My wife was lovely enough to take some time and help me unbox it. You can see after we cut the straps off, the box just lifted right away. It was surrounded with styrofoam and plastic, keeping it very safe for its journey. The tape that was all over it, holding everything in place, did not leave any residue. As you can kind of see, there's spots on it because of fingerprints, but there's no residue left over from tape. Inside of the refrigerator, there was some paperwork, there was a registration card. Looking inside of the manual, which I do have here beside me, it does have 100 watt consumption and 5.72 cubic feet of space, and a temperature range of 37 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and I will just put on the screen what that is in Celsius because I don't know the calculation off the top of my head, sorry. It does come with a couple of black and silver pieces you can use to reverse the orientation of the door if that's something that you're into. For me, having it this way has worked out just fine, but if I had a reversed layout, having it flipped would definitely be helpful. It comes with a set of 2 keys, which you can use to lock the lock that you can't actually see currently at the bottom. There is a handle, as you can see us installing it here. My wife did the installation. Very straightforward though. You just tighten 2 screws into the handle and you're done. And then there are 6 shelves that are pre-installed. The shelves are black chrome and they're very easy to install and uninstall. As you might be able to tell, I can't tell from the camera what you can see and what you can't see. They're changing LED lights, and I'll try to get a better shot of this later, but you just press this button, it makes a little beep and changes the color. You can see it went blue and then orange and then white. I think it's like red, white, and blue, but the red is kind of an orangish color, so that's fine. I like the white color. I tend to leave it on that because it's just got a nice look. A blue LED in the dark kind of hurts my eyes, and the orange just looks a little bit sinister. As you might be able to tell, the compressor in there just kicked on, so you can hear what it sounds like sitting next to it. And here's the sound of the compressor from about 18 inches away from the front of the fridge. I have measured it using the decibel meter on my watch, and at this level it's about 40 decibels, which is not super loud, but for filming it can be a little intrusive. So that's why it's here in the closet as opposed to being out in the room. But it does feature a nice spacious design, left to right, top to bottom, lots of space for all of your drinks, anything that you really want to keep cold. Of course, as you can see, I do have this not fully stocked, but decently well stocked with lots of bottled water, some energy drinks, some Mountain Dew, some Diet Dr. Pepper, and some root beer and things like that. I have also been using a SodaStream for the last few months. I haven't talked about it on the channel yet, but I've mostly moved away from canned drinks in favor of using the SodaStream to keep the recycling down to a minimum and keep the trash to a minimum. But I did actually purchase some of these canned drinks just to see how they would fit in here, and I will say 2 things. One, it claims to be a 224 can refrigerator. I think that that's only going to be possible and feasible if you take every shelf out and stack them in a very strange way. When I was originally doing some estimation, I kind of figured that it was going to be 8 wide and 3 deep. Instead, I found that for cans, it is 7 wide and 3 deep, which does not add up to 224. And with the orientation, you can't actually stand the cans up on the bottom shelf, so maybe if you were using mini cans instead of the traditional 12-ounce cans, you could fit 224 in there. The other thing to mention is that temperature range. As I said, 37 to 65, easily controllable just by using up and down arrows. You can see right here, it's 39 right now, 37, that's as low as it goes. In terms of the actual temperature, I've got a couple of thermometers and I have been using them inside of the fridge at various levels to just sort of measure. And when I have this set to 37, this thermometer, which tends to be a little bit more accurate, says that it's closer to 39. This other one, which is super cheapo, not very good, says it's about 35. It runs about 3 degrees cold. So it's actually 38 to 39 degrees is what it's accurately running. And the temperature does sort of vary around different sections of the fridge. Up toward the top or down near the bottom, it will be a little bit warmer. So the coldest spots seem to be right in the middle where everything's kind of packed in, as you might expect. I did actually double check these with my refrigerator upstairs, which we keep set to 37, and they did report slightly warmer in different parts of the fridge as well. So I think that's just a commonality. You've got cold air that's circulating around. It's not going to be a uniform 37 degrees over the entire fridge. And that's to be expected. Now, I've already spoken about the temperature and the capacity of this thing and the loudness, the decibels of it. I think the only other thing really to mention is the size. In the last video I did about a New Air refrigerator, it was about half the size of this one. It was 17 inches wide and about 18 inches deep. This is about 24 inches wide by about 27 inches deep, something like that. I've been watching a lot of Letterkenny. If you can be one thing, you should be efficient. So this is just under 2 feet wide, just under 2 feet deep, and just a little bit over 25 inches if you include the handle, and about 33.5 inches tall. Again, I'll try to have the measurements in metric on the screen so you can see those as well. So if you're planning on picking one of these up or thinking about it, just keep that in mind in terms of will it fit in your space. In my opinion, this fits perfectly in this little section, in this corner of this closet. The other closet where I had the previous refrigerator, it would not fit in there. There was not enough room by the doors. But it's been perfectly fine in here. It does not disturb my work. Like I said, I've been working in the office out here for about 2 weeks while letting this run. I didn't even hear it. I couldn't tell it was there. If I'm in the closet here, I can hear it, obviously. So after having used it for a couple of weeks, initial thoughts and impressions. I am very happy with how much it holds. I am very happy with the shelves themselves. As you can see, they look very sturdy. I can put a little weight on it. Taking them out, you simply just lift it up and pull out. You don't pull out then lift up. The shelves do only come out this far, so that should give you enough leeway to kind of reach back in there and get your drinks out or whatever you've put in there. As I said earlier, I'm not 100% sure on whether it would actually hold 224 drinks. Maybe if you removed every other shelf and then stacked them in there standing up. Haven't tried that yet. Probably should. Back a couple of minutes later after taking out one of these racks, doing a bit of quick math. The way that I've currently got it set up, I could fit at least 42 cans per shelf if I took out every other shelf. And if I squeezed in on the bottom, which is a little difficult because the lip on the bottom of these racks makes it a little difficult to get the can under there. But if I did that, I could fit a total of 168 in there. I think I was saying it was close to 200. The way that I had it configured, it was going to be 147 at the max because that's 7 times 3 times 7. So still 168. If you took all of the shelves out, all of the racks out entirely, you'd still be really hard pressed. And at that point, you'd be playing with kind of a Jenga tower of let me take this drink off and then everything falls over. I'm not 100% on how they figured the 224 number unless they were mini cans, smaller cans of some form or fashion. Maybe they're Red Bull cans. Not a sponsor, nothing paid in this video again except for the provision of this fridge. Thank you again to New Air for that. And that's really about all that I have to say about it. It keeps the drinks cool. It has a nice little LED built in. I could see putting a countertop over this, putting it in with some built-in shelves and whatnot to make a nice little bar area. Use it as a wine cooler because it does get up to 65 degrees. Again, it's just a cooler, it's not a heater, so don't expect it to go hotter than your room is unless you put something hot in it and just turn it off entirely. For the price point, would I go paying $900 for one of these? Realistically, you can get an entire fridge for less than that, but this one does have the cool factor, a very specific use case, drinks and whatnot for like your basement or your man cave or your she shed or whatever you call it, whatever you prefer. For me, it is my closet. So that is probably where I'll wrap this video up for today. Hopefully all of you are doing well. Hopefully you're safe. Hopefully you are mentally healthy. That's something I definitely need to work on. And I do plan to work on a lot more videos in the very near future. My basement overfloweth with videos that I need to do. So I'm going to try my best to get back into that as soon as humanly possible. I've been under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure with my day job recently, so that's made it very, very difficult to find the time to make these kinds of videos. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking with this channel for over 11 years now. I've been doing this since December 29th of 2009, I think it was. 29th or 30th of 2009. So to see that I'm still sticking around after 11 years, it says I must be doing something halfway okay. I'm not like at the top tier of YouTube, but I'm doing okay. And I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Thanks again to New Air for sending this out for free for me to take a look at and review and store my drinks in so that I don't get dehydrated while I'm down here blathering on and on in conference calls 8 hours a day. Anyway, if you have not already and you would like to, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. It lets me know that you like what I'm doing here and you want to see it. Hit the notification bell if you want to actually get notified when new videos come out. I found myself doing that a lot more to channels that I love recently, so I can support them like I'm asking you to support me here. And if you liked the video, hit the like button. That supposedly can help. It doesn't like change anything other than just being a thumbs up, but supposedly it helps in the algorithm. I have no idea. I don't know how the algorithm has changed. I know how to write the algorithms, but that's a whole other story for another day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.